Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Lyfcraft. Now, I have no idea what the episode number is off the top of my head. I really can't remember something like that. But yes, can anyone guess what we're doing today just by looking at this? Probably not, but you might be able to if I start putting in some water and also show you this, which is my project box, and maybe this might be a bit of a clue. Yeah, we're finally building the kelp farm, which is good, and I've just put in what is basically the foundations just to get this sort of going, just so I knew that it actually fits in the space that I've given it, which is a little bit slow to spread today, which is unusual, but it's fine. It's something we can't deal with. But yeah, so I'm following Cobfan135's design, the guy from Hermitcraft, and I will link it in the description if anyone wants to, you know, build the same farm as me, because it's a pretty effective farm. It looks pretty good. Yes, I thought I'd walk you guys through some of the farm building. Now, I'm not sure if I've got enough space. I probably have. I'm sure it'll be fine. Whatever happens, I'll work it out. And this actually might not be enough space. Hold on. You know what? I think it'll be fine. I mean, we'll see, I guess. But yeah, the design, this bit is 17 blocks long. So 15 for kelp, and then you have like a source gap thing on either side. I'm not entirely sure what it's for. Something to do with source blocks. That's all I know. But I don't really know in depth. Now, I do know the pistons go along here, along the side, and that pushes the kelp. Once it's grown, it breaks it, and then the kelp falls off, and then there is a collection system where it kind of rises up, goes across, and then falls down into the middle, which is why this gap is here. And then know that on the back of the pistons you have a row of blocks, just like so. Let's make and put those all up with redstone on them, which sort of like powers them basically, because on top of this, on top of the pistons, you have a set of observers which have the little, well, the faces are meant to be like facing that way. Can I see if I can, there we go. Yeah, so it kind of looks like that. So basically I just have to go along, and try not to do exactly what I just did just then, which was fall off. Basically make them all in, repeat on the other side, and then repeat going upwards essentially. The farm is pretty simple. I'm no big redstone expert, but I think that even I can do this farm, which would be quite nice. And I also need to make sure that all of the blocks on the inside are water. So if I can just get some glass and fill this up. So all of these blocks will have to be source blocks. So essentially means I just fill them in a layer at a time. If I could just fill in all this glass real quick and pray that I don't run out, which I have. That's okay. I brought plenty more glass with me. I've got insects, I've got more glass smelting, and I've got more insects as well back at base if I need to. So I theoretically am pretty prepared for whatever I run out of, except for observers and pistons. Because I kind of suddenly realised that I was kind of planning to build like a sort of miniature version of the farm, then realised that wouldn't work, because I don't know how to reroute the collection system without it being a mess. Oh, hello. That means some of the kelp is been growing. All this down here is messed up for some reason. That's fine. But yeah, then you fill on the top layer, but yeah. Oh, of course. I forgot about that because it's an update. So all of those are going to keep going off every time I try to fill in the water. That will be interesting. Hopefully if I can just... No, I won't go that way. Alright, that looks like that's calmed down a little bit. Blimey. That was very loud for me. Although I realise you guys actually can't hear it, but that's fine. Just there's my torch. Okay. So yeah, that's essentially the farm. It's pretty simple. Yeah. Yes, I ended up running down to the redstone shop and grabbing some observers and pistons from there because I realised I needed a lot more, and I just didn't have the materials for it. Funnily enough, I'm completely out of cobblestone. And I think that's because I got my Silk Touch pickaxe so early on that I basically never did any mining with any cobblestone. With any fortune pick, sorry. So I just didn't have cobblestone. I was like going through my stone and then like sort of mining it with my fortune pickaxe trying to get some, but it was just taking forever and I was, no, not for me. So I ended up just going and buying some because it was just easier. And also, you know, you've got to support the economy and all that. But yeah, I just need to dig out this little space. I dug out, this hole was originally small. It was originally just basically the glass size. But then I ended up digging it out just a little bit bigger. Just so I'd have like a little bit more space around the place and like, you know, to fit the farm and stuff. Also it's nice just to be able to actually walk around down here. But yeah, I'm sure once the farm is actually built and I know the full size of it and how it's going to look in this space, then I will try not to get squished by gravel, apparently. But yeah, I will definitely decorate around the outside and make it all super pretty and stuff. Because, you know, farms, they can be functional, yes, but they can also be pretty. Aesthetics is important, you know. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to check the tutorial for the next part on this side, because I know the kelp, oh hello, does go on top of the observers, but I'm not entirely sure how that whole bit works. Basically, I'm going to repeat this on the other side, and I will be right back. Okay, hi, I got a little bit carried away. Finished this slide, started on the next slide again, on the next layer up, which is ever so slightly different. It's not that bad, you basically just kind of go out by one. And I've also lost, there we go, that's fine. Yes, so yeah, basically you just go out by one and it's almost exactly the same pattern. As you can see, this thing is pretty effective. Like, it's only taken me, what, under 5 minutes to build the other side, because it was just repeating the same pattern again. So yeah, it's pretty darn effective, which means that I really do need to make sure that I'm just checking, is this the right? Yeah, it is in the right place. Yes, I need to make sure that my collection system can cope with just the vast amount of kelp. Now, I know in the tutorial, it technically comes with a smelter. Now, I'm not 100% sure that I want to do the smelter, because I definitely want to have some, like, I don't want to call it raw kelp, but that's kind of what it is. Yeah, I don't want to smelt all of it, but I do want to smelt most of it. But yeah. So I won't be building the smelter part today, I don't think. But I may tackle that in the future. And I also do realise that's very complicated and requires a lot of resources, and I don't have those resources right now. So yeah, that might not happen for a little bit, but that's okay. I think that goes there, and yeah, that's basically the next layer done. Except I just need to fill in the water and actually put in the kelp, which, you know, the kelp might help in a kelp farm. Also, I need to fill this in with water. There's a lot of filling in with water, I've noticed. Like, a lot. I could put that there, and then I think I can just, yeah, okay, there we go. This will just basically fill in as I go, which is cool. And also, I realised just before recording this clip that I hadn't actually remembered to record my audio in the proper format. Basically, I normally record my audio in a separate program to me recording, like, the video screen. Just so that means I can basically clean up the audio before you guys hear it, because otherwise my mic normally has, like, a really weird, it's a sort of static-y thing in the back. I don't know what it is, but it's annoying anyway. So sorry for the first clip, because you will have the OBS recording audio rather than my normal recording audio. So I am glad that you guys will have audio. But you also have all of the piston sounds, which I didn't realise, so I didn't bother to turn down. But yeah, sorry about that. But I'm sure it sounded fine, you know? I also realised in the tutorial, when you put the water in front of the observers, which this is really, I'm gonna have to turn this down for myself. It didn't, the pistons weren't going in and out in the tutorial, and I don't know why they are for my one. They just sort of are. But I'm sure that's definitely fine. Yeah? Probably. Hopefully. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, the kelp farm is not hard to build. It's really not. It's a lot simpler than I expected, basically. And that's already 2 layers on this side done. And as you can see, yep, I'm just collecting more kelp as I go. Look, there's loads in here for me to collect. Yeah, I've almost got a full stack. I mean, it's not just from the farm itself, but like I have been using it as I go along. But it sort of feels like when I'm planting, I'm sort of collecting from the previous layer, which is pretty handy. But yeah, I just basically need to do this again. I don't think I'll be able to go all the way up. I think I'm going to have to figure out how to do a collection system with not the full height of the farm, because I can't go higher than that glass roof. And I, in hindsight, probably should have dug down a little bit more, but I'm sure this is fine. But yeah, I'll definitely have to tackle the collection system, which will be pretty interesting, because I don't know how to do it. So we'll go on some kind of experiment thing together. Yeah, does that sound good? Because it sounds good to me. Okay, cool. I'm gonna carry on building this farm, and yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I know I said I was going to do the whole farm, and then I would get the collection system working properly, and yeah, well, I don't have enough space, and I'm not rebuilding what I've already done, so I decided that I didn't mean to fall down there. I decided that basically 2 layers on each side was probably plenty for me anyway, because you can just see, like, I haven't exactly been AFK for very long. Like literally like 5-10 minutes, if that, and quite a lot of kelp has grown. So I decided that this is probably fine, and this will probably keep us all stocked, and then if I need more in the future, then I'll just have to build another one of these farms somewhere else, which will be absolutely fine. So my plan is to attempt to do this. I've got signs in the middle to stop the water flowing inwards. I think I had to put down slabs. You kind of had to fill in like a layer of water sources, one above the sort of observer, and then you put slabs on there which will waterlog so they won't get rid of the sources, and then you put water in which flows inwards and hopefully doesn't mess anything up. Hopefully, if I've done this right. So this will be, so when I get rid of the slabs, which is actually what I can do now, the kelp will rise up into the flowing water, then get pushed into the middle, hopefully, as you can see all the slabs are doing as I break them, which theoretically means that it's working, hopefully. And then down the gap in the middle, I've just run and got myself some hoppers, and I've got a little bit of extra and a couple of extra chests, so I can create a bit of a sort of mini collection system. I'll just do something very temporary for now. I'm sure I will come back and properly sort it out, but I don't know how much this farm is going to produce or how fast. So I guess I'll figure that out when it becomes a problem. But for now, I think I'll just have like a bunch of chests and then maybe a smelter, and I'll just like stock it full of lava buckets and just leave it, essentially. I know kelp can be used as a fuel. Yes, I am very much aware of that. But honestly, just sticking a whole bunch of lava buckets there, because they can smelt 1,000 items each, I think. No, 100. 100 sounds way more reasonable than 1,000. Yeah, so I can just like plonk those there and just forget about it, basically. But I know that kelp blocks only smelt 20 items, I think it is. So I can just... I'd have to come back and like craft those really regularly and stuff like that, and no thank you. So I'll just plonk it full of lava buckets and hope for the best, essentially. Yeah, I'm sure I'll do that in a moment. Now this should all be working. If I can just get rid of these last few slabs, it should be fine. Okay, so I've got rid of the slabs and it looks like everything's working. There's lots and lots of kelp on here, and obviously all of my slabs are down here. Yeah, I've got a fair amount of kelp, actually, which is quite nice. Like, I came over here with just under a stack, I think. And I've gained at least a stack and a half, if not basically 2 stacks worth of stuff, just while I've been building the farm. Which, if you ask me, look, it's raining in. I think that's pretty good, not gonna lie. Also, I think once that grows a bit more, yeah, look, there's other pieces there growing. This is really fast. But I do need to get rid of literally all of this. Thing is, I know lighting is going to be a bit of a problem. Now, I kind of just want to see if I can just do that for now. So I'm definitely going to have to figure out a way to get lighting in the farm. I could possibly add something underneath the hoppers. But I need to to basically decide on a design, and of course I am one hopper short. But yeah, I need to decide on a design, which is weirdly enough a bit of a mouthful, for the room essentially, because this is just really ugly like this, and you'll be able to see it from like the top because of the glass ceiling, which I need to extend to cover the entire hole now. Did that actually, I don't think that actually connected to the hopper that I wanted it to. Okay, that's probably fine. But yeah, I need to make sure that this looks pretty, and at the moment it doesn't. So but I know I definitely want to use kelp blocks in the design. I just don't quite have enough kelp just yet. I have been collecting some, not only while I've been building, but also, yep, see, that's definitely working. But also up top, before actually recording the episode, I have like a bunch of kelp growing just on the seafloor, and every so often I go down and manually harvest it. So I'll have to definitely poke around, see what materials I've got, as to whether I can do it now or whether I'll basically do it later today. But we'll have a see. We'll have a look. I went ahead and just built like a tiny little room. It's nothing very fancy. I promise you that. It took like 2 seconds to construct. So I didn't really want to just record me building this because it's small. But yeah, this is just so I can get in and out of this main bit. I've yet to decorate the rest of the farm. That is a much bigger project that I do not have time for right now. But yeah, I need to make sure I still have access to all my stuff and like the ladder and stuff. But yes, I have a way up here, which is quite nice. I won't go all the way up, and then a way back down again. So I have a better entrance into the farm than, you know, going up and down a ladder every time through a little hole, because that was never permanent. Yeah, I definitely want to make this farm look prettier, because this is one ugly looking farm. I'm sorry, but it's really bad. And also I really want to replace maybe this with glass, which is something I've just thought of. But yeah, I've got plenty of kelp in here. You can see what glass I have. That's, yeah. So I have quite a lot of black glass left over. I think I have more at my base. I kind of just want to, I at least want to do this part, so you can sort of see into the farm a bit. But I think this is where the water is. Yeah, okay, so I need to be very careful when doing this. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Because, you know, the watercolour here is really pretty. And I think that the whole sort of black glass and the stone brick and the dark oak actually is quite a nice colour scheme. So I think it'll make it look quite nice. And then if I get rid of this. Oh, hello, that is not what I meant to put there. But now that I know I can just put stuff there safely. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I definitely want to place the blocks underneath the glass because, well, obviously you'll be able to see them and they need to look nice. So I should place this last block. That works. That, I think, is actually a massive improvement over what it was before. I might put some extra storage in the walls here and here for the kelp, because obviously this is going to fill up pretty darn quickly, and I want to be able to keep kelp down here without having to deal with it straight away, kind of thing. But yeah, you can see my little farm. It's working really well. Maybe I'll do something with the back wall over there. I don't know where that stone block just came from, but I just managed to pick one up. Maybe I could put some extra lighting underneath the chest, because I don't really like the torches, but it's kind of hard to get hidden lighting in here and like actually make it lit up. I could maybe put some lights behind here, lights under the chest, and maybe a few in the ceiling and see if that would work. So the torches kind of need to go. Maybe I could use like sea pickles or something. I don't really know where I put them. I don't think I can put them actually in the farm because I don't think that will work. Yeah, look, you can see all the kelp rising up there, and then hopefully it'll get to the surface eventually. And zoom, and full, and perfect. That's working really well. I really like this farm. I think this turned out actually a lot better than I was expecting. I'm going to see if I can get on top of it. I don't think I can. I think I have to build up a few more blocks. There we go, yeah. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with this. Yeah, I still need to fix that part, but that's fine. I don't mean to fall down there. But yeah, I can fix that later. That's okay. That shouldn't take me too long anyway. But yeah, with that, I think that's going to be the end of today's episode. Sorry if it's a little bit shorter. I am pre-recording at the moment. I'm going home, like visiting my family for a little bit, like the next 2 weeks. So there won't be any streams. Sorry. Not a lot I can do about that because I won't have my computer. And also, there should be episodes. I have a little bit of time to pre-record them, which would be good. but it will mean that anything that happens that you guys say in the comments, as much as it's appreciated, I'd love you guys to leave some feedback about the farm and any improvements you think I can make, etc, etc, etc. I won't be able to do them for a couple of weeks, but that's absolutely fine. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!